It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Breakers Podcast.
Can we talk about how amazing this Drake rollout is?
Well, yeah, let's do it. Not just Drake though.
What?
Kanye's rollout was amazing too, bro. No, y'all are bugging. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Kanye's rollout was amazing. No way.
Snooze fest.
I'll tell you why. Kanye. By the way, before we get talking about the album, let's just talk about Kanye's rollout. And I said this before. The rollout was incredible for a few reasons. Number one, it was named after his mom, right? So if you're putting out an album that's in honor of your mother who's deceased, your mother, even if she was alive, you know, you would want you want it to be the best it could be musically. And you want to raise the most awareness around it as possible, right? He did that. He did those 2 listening parties at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Why is that significant? Because he was born in Atlanta, right? Then he did one in Chicago. Why is that significant? Because he was raised in Chicago. You know what I mean? And he built his mom's childhood home in Chicago. Those listening sessions alone built so much anticipation for the Donda album because this album was not in the conversation for anticipated albums of the year, bro. And now, for the past 3 weeks, we've been talking about it in reference to CLB, which has absolutely been one of the most anticipated albums for the past couple of years. So Kanye, with his rollout, doing those listening sessions, put himself in that conversation. And I mean, damn, even though I think the album is lackluster, he's about to, do 350,000 this week, and he's breaking all type of streaming records and everything else. So that shit worked. Rollouts matter. I'm just happy that rollouts are back. J. Cole had a nice little rollout earlier this year, but what Drake and Kanye are doing right now, I think it's incredible.
So positives are, I like the fact that they found a way to get people excited about a whole album.
Yeah.
I thought we were done with albums, right? And I thought it was just like release a song every month for the whole year and just get people hyped about the song, just make it about the single because that's what it really is. The fact that there was competition between Drake and Kanye, I thought that they were in cahoots because that really bolstered the interest. You got the audio? That really bolstered the interest in both of their albums because we're like, okay, well now I'm going to compare one to the other. This is going to be fire. Now I'm going to listen to Drake's even if I don't like Drake just to make sure as a Kanye fan that Kanye's was better than Drake. So now you got your haters also listen to your music and vice versa, right? My only issue with the Kanye thing is like, for me, it lost momentum. It was like, keep on pushing it back. I was like, oh, after the first one, that's kind of cool. Second one, all right, less people were there. Third one, Chicago, I was like, I don't even care if the album's out. And then I listened to it and I was like, all right, this is kind of fine. Maybe a couple songs. The streaming numbers are cool, but at the same time, like you can game streaming by doing more songs because it's just total streams, right? So it's like you put 26 songs, you essentially put out 2 albums, you divided streams by 2, and now it's just regular streaming numbers for an album. So there's ways to get around the system. So
he definitely didn't lose momentum though. I mean, Kanye literally owned the conversation for the past 2 weeks, from hip hop news to regular pop culture news. The Chicago one was probably the most talked about.
Not in my circles, I'll be honest.
Because he bought out Marilyn Manson, because he bought out the baby, you know what I mean? Like it was just all of this different controversy. People didn't know whether he took Jay-Z off the album or not.
My girl didn't even know he'd released an album. And this is what happens when we're in our little ecosystems. Like shit is so popular, right? Like this is the Lil Baby effect that we were talking about. Like if you're a hip hop fan, you think Lil Baby's the biggest thing in the genre. But the casuals don't know who Lil Baby is.
Kanye's not casual though.
No. Kanye's not. Kanye's not. But like my girl didn't even know he was dropping an album. So like clearly it's not resonating outside of a certain thing. What you were saying about like he became one of the most, coveted releases anticipated albums. It's like anytime Kanye drops, it's anticipated. Like I don't think he got to put himself in a conversation with Kanye.
Not like this.
Son, he drops a sneaker, people go crazy. Like an album?
But his last few albums haven't done that. Ye didn't do that. Jesus is King didn't really do that. Even though I think both of them debuted at #1. They came and went. They were like farts, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know if this is going to leave. I think CLB is going to come out and push this shit out of the fucking stratosphere. Like
it depends on Drake. Depends on Drake. And I tell you why it depends on Drake, because it depends on the music. I think the only reason Kanye's album now, even though people are still talking about it this week, the only reason it's lost momentum is because the conversation has shifted to, the music is lackluster. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What's the song? Like, what's the one where you're like, oh my God, this is straight fire?
My favorite song on the album is Jesus is Lord. The version with the locks and J Electronica. And it's actually 11 minutes long on the album.
Oh God.
I just think for me, Kanye's album it's an hour and 48 minutes. It's too long. And it's just lackluster. It lacks some seasoning. You know what Kanye's album reminds me of? It reminds me of like, those people that make those big cakes? Like I could literally make a cake that looks like wax. And it'll be so detailed.
Taste, yeah.
No taste.
You know what I mean? It's just okay. Like you eat it and you like, I mean, it looks good. The presentation was great.
That's great.
You know what I mean? The presentation looks great.
Yeah.
The presentation was great. But it's okay. It's just cool. It's just very lackluster to me. I'm not, I don't know. It's just, Glasses Malone had a good point. Glasses Malone said like, it doesn't have any culture to it. Like it's no seasoning.
Who is he speaking to? What is the ethos? What is the message? Like,
like put it out for everybody though.
Like again, I don't know what Drake's talking about, but like I like the branding. But Certified Lover Boy, he is a bachelor, right? He's single. He's out here in the world. Is he dating this girl? Is he dating that girl? What's going on? Like calling yourself a certified lover boy, and you got like the art even leans into it. Like, oh, maybe it's pregnancy season. Some girls got to get knocked up, or girls are gonna get knocked up. Listen, it's like there's a vibe, there's an energy, there's a movement to the album, and to the Kanye thing, it was just like, I'm extravagant. Like, look how extravagant I can be with these things.
Yes, listen to me.
Just listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Like, what's the ethos? What do you have to say? Like, I always think about it with like comedy, about with anything. Like, what is the messaging?
It
what
seems
are you
all
doing?
over the place, which is fine. You know what I mean? But
it's like for every platform. It's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And Drake, the album cover, that's genius. You know what I mean? And maybe we throw the word genius around.
Yeah, and I thought the album was fine.
But I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I thought the cover was.
Yeah,
dope.
why was it?
Because Kanye didn't even have a cover. Kanye is just black, right? It's just a black square. So Drake is like, I'm gonna just give you all these 13 emojis. We don't know what that shit mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's almost like, it reminds me of what he did with If You're Reading This Too Late. Because you saw that cover and you like, what is this basic ass shit? But then it became like an amazing meme all over social media. Because everybody used that font to say different things.
Yeah.
And it's just, it seems like it's the same thing with this. Lil Nas X used it. I saw Michelle Obama's We All Vote, team used it. Like I see different people using it. So it's just like, that keeps the conversation going. It's also even like little things Drake is doing that's just like,
the billboards.
The billboards are amazing.
Fantastic.
Now the billboards is definitely a one up to Kanye, and I tell you why. Kanye got mad features on his album.
Yeah.
He ain't even let y'all perform at the listening part. Well, the baby did for a second.
And
you know
he
what
didn't even put the names on the songs.
He didn't put the names on the songs.
Which was disrespectful.
I didn't see that either.
Like,
I was looking.
You didn't see it? I'm looking
I saw it on the album. I'm like, where's the features?
Because I'm looking for the Fabio one, the off the grid. And I was like, all right, which one is it?
That's right.
And which was fire. His verse on that shit was fire.
He killed it.
Oh my God.
Killed it. Fabio showed up. Roddy Ricch showed up. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's records on there I really like. It's like
Jay showed up, obviously.
Jay definitely showed. It's like 6-7 songs I really like. But goddamn, can you show your people that's featured more love yet?
A little bit of love. Why is it always got to be about you?
It's all about him.
But imagine this. So you said there's like 6 songs, right?
Yeah.
Imagine it was a 12-song album.
That's what I said.
Half of that shit go.
There's a great album inside that hour and 48 minutes.
But you want to
scale it down.
You want to gain the streaming numbers so you could get those fucking accolades instead of put out the project that is absolutely fire. Matter of fact, I hope Drake shit is short. I hope Drake shit is like 12 songs. Every one is just a fucking haymaker. And that is going to be the biggest fuck you.